Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name's Olivia and today I'm going to be talking about college essentials. What do you really need when you go to college? And I'm not talking about like, oh, you need to have a million little colored pencils in this specific backpack. No, we're going essential because sometimes you can get caught up in getting the cute little decor and the pencils and the bag and everything else and you kind of forget like an umbrella. If you don't know who I am, my name's Olivia and I make videos when I feel like it because I'm busy. If you don't care about me, just like skip to the time I'm putting right here and get to the video. If you do care about me, I've been studying for the LSAT. That's why I have not uploaded anything recently and why my banner just says subscribe. I ain't gonna tell you what you're gonna get. You're just gonna get what you get when I feel like giving it to you. On a serious note, I have been studying for the LSAT and been really occupied with that, which is why I haven't created many videos. I wanted to create this video because so many people are watching my Berkeley video and I just thought this would be a nice little follow-up, like these are the essentials. I also wanted to mention a couple of things that you absolutely do not need, like some things you just don't need and some people tell you you need them and I'm here to tell you you don't. I'm gonna go ahead for the first one and talk about the thing I mentioned in my intro, an umbrella. This is something that you should buy as you're kind of getting your stuff together, maybe even before you get there, as you're moving. You never know if it's gonna start raining while you're moving. This is something that is so simple that is often overlooked. I can specifically remember the first time that it started pouring rain when I was at Berkeley and I did not have an umbrella and going to the store and trying to find one and all they had was children's umbrellas because when it started raining, everybody rushed to the store to get some and a bunch of like all the Walgreens and CVS's were sold out. So before it rains, get you an umbrella, get a little compact one and maybe even keep it in your backpack because you don't want to forget it and be caught without it. Just trust me on this one, especially if you're at a college campus where you're walking and you don't have a car, get an umbrella. Next on my list is a big old water bottle. This is just a hydro flask. This isn't sponsored. I just really like the hydro. I really like the lid that it comes with. A lot of colleges give away water bottles for free. Like you can get stuff similar to this on Amazon, Walmart, like wherever. But definitely get like a big water bottle that you can carry with you because you don't want to have to like run to a water fountain every time you're thirsty. And if you're studying in the library, you want to be able to, you know, be sufficient for a little bit. I carry this around with me everywhere. If you're going to college and you don't have a big water bottle, get one. If in life you don't have a big water bottle, honestly, you should get one because I feel really hydrated with this. The next thing I think is essential for you to have is an extra pair of bed sheets. So when you're in the dorms, you know, you probably got communal washer dryers. If you're in a bougie little dorm that has a washer dryer in unit, then like good for you. Maybe this doesn't apply to you, but for the rest of us, we have to go down to a little area, sometimes pay for our laundry to be done and it can take a while or it might not be open. And then like, finding the time to do laundry when you're in college, especially as a freshman, is just difficult, which is why some people don't change their bed sheets the entire semester. And I'm sorry, but you're nasty. If you're doing that, you're nasty. You gotta wash them at least a couple of times. And so me knowing that I'm a busy person, I just kept an extra pair of bed sheets. Pair of bed sheets, is that the phrase pair? Where I don't know where I'm getting this pair from, just bed sheets, like the fitted sheet that goes on your bed. Keep an extra one of that, like buy it cheap off Facebook Marketplace, buy it on Walmart, like just have an extra pair, even if it's not cute. Pair, why do I keep saying pair? Just bed sheets, have extra bed sheets because your bed gets nasty, you spill something on it, something else happens, you know, beds get nasty. Like you wanna be able to just throw something on it and not have to worry about trying to wash it and make sure it's done in time and oh no, you're getting into bed and it's still in the washer, you know, like just have an extra bed sheet with you. The next thing that you need is a non-material item and that is Google Calendar. Just trust me on this one, get Google Calendar. I used to be like die hard, write everything down in like an actual planner, but Google Calendar has so many other benefits specifically for when you're in college that I love. One of my favorite features is that you can share your calendar with other people, which is what my entire friend group, like study groups did, so that way we can see when we are all busy and doing different things. And you can set it to where people can see that you're busy or you can set it to see like what people are doing. You know, my friends, we would see like, oh, she's at the gym at this hour, like maybe I'll roll up and take the class with her, or oh, they're studying at this library from then to then, like text them like, can you save me a seat? Can I come study with you? So yeah, that was really useful. It's also useful when you're very, very busy. You know, people have jobs and extracurriculars and they're studying and like they have a test and just, it's kind of crazy to find the time to, you know, meet with people. And so it's really easy if you already have your calendar shared with someone, or if you are planning a time to get together, you can create like a little calendar appointment for someone. Like That's when you know it's real. Once you got the BCal invite and you're both like linked on it and you both click accept, that's when I know we're hanging out. And I know that sounds extra, but at Berkeley this is common. Like everybody uses Google Calendar and like calendars, even social events. And even if you're not going to use it to that extent, it's great because you can put at the top of all your days that you have tests and midterms and papers due. I make it an all-day event that is due that day. So that way when I quickly look through my calendar, whether I have it on the full month view or if I look at it through the week and I just click through to see the rest, I can see, oh, like 2 weeks from now I got a midterm. Like I better be, you know, working towards that because it's coming up versus, you know, having a syllabus or only going week by week and not having a full system. Like just put everything on Google Calendar, put everything on that calendar and you'll be set. Okay, next, this one might be only applicable to a couple of people, but I think it's a good investment for most, and that is a Keurig. Keurigs are not the most environmentally friendly because of the little cups, but actually right now I use one of the reusable cups and I just put my coffee grounds into it. So totally feasible. You could also get like a French press, but it's a lot of work and asking a lot of a college student to use a French press. But getting a Keurig is an investment because you will have it for your entire college career. You will take it with you. It will be a beautiful machine that will make you so happy in the morning when you do not have to pay for your coffee. The cost of, especially if you get the reusable cup and fill it with coffee grinds instead of buying like the individual K-cups, the cost you will save on coffee is insane because coffees, especially around college campuses, they just like to jack the prices up for no reason. I don't want to be paying $5 for coffee every single day. And as much as you tell yourself like, oh, I don't buy that many, like only buy it during finals, like stop playing yourself. Like, you know, you're gonna be buying a coffee like multiple times a week, so might as well get a Keurig. So if you want a coffee, if you just a little pick me up, you can easily make it in your dorm. I'm gonna kind of breeze through the rest of these. I don't want this video to be too long. One thing that I think you should get is some sort of box or file organizer to keep important documents, you know, birth certificates, social security numbers, stuff like just important things that you get. Your lease, if you sign a lease, you will want to keep a copy of that. And also to keep midterms, tests, and essays that have handwritten grades on them. I'm not saying you need to keep these for all 4 years, but definitely keep all of your tests and papers that have handwritten grades on them that are then, you know, put into the computer until you get your final grade for that semester, because I have had a situation where I had a grade that was misentered and I was like, I have the receipt, sir. Like, this is not the grade I got. Like, something is not adding up here. Next thing you need is Febreze. Need I say more? People are smelly, you know, things smell bad in college. That's just the way things are. Like, it's good to have a bottle of Febreze, you know, if something happens, you can just spray it and be done. You don't gotta do a full clean. You should also get a laptop case, just some sort of cover to protect your laptop. Don't be walking around with your laptop unprotected, because if that breaks, like, you're gonna have to shell out a lot of money to get it fixed. The last two things that I think are essential for college, and these are kind of a little more less essential, more so if you can afford it, and that is a pair of wireless headphones and then also a case for those headphones. Little story time, I had AirPods and I never put a case on them just because, like, why would I? And, you know, I was putting them in as I was walking down some steps, you know, going from class to class, and I dropped them and they just like bounced all the way down the steps, and I was like running after them. And this girl looked past me, she's like, girl, you gotta get a case on those. I was like, excuse me, like, I'm running after my AirPods, I don't need comments from you. But she was right, I did need a case on. There's like little rubber case, so if it falls, it like doesn't like bounce a million miles away. So yeah, get a case. If you do have wireless earbuds, get a little case for it. And then get wireless earbuds. It's so nice to be able to like pop them in and just walk to class and not worry about the cord and like, where am I gonna put my phone? You know, at the gym I can pop them in and be done. Honestly, I was kind of like not a believer in AirPods when they first came out. I was like, oh, my headphones are fine. But pretty much every single person that I've talked to before, sorry, my foot is falling asleep, I need to like move my legs up, has said like AirPods / wireless earbuds are totally worth it, especially in college. Like, you're just on the go and they're really easy to pop in, pop out. Yeah, but be careful to not lose them. Like, put a case on it, link them up somewhere, remember where you put them, because that is also expensive to replace if you do lose them. Okay, also kind of along the same line, I wanted to include one item to get if you can afford it. This is absolutely not essential, but I think it's something that I really enjoyed having, and I think it was worth every single penny that I spent on it, and that is a JBL speaker. Or really any kind of speaker, but specifically the JBL 3. It's pretty big, I'll put a picture up here. And I've had this since high school, and to this day, I use it almost every single day. When you're in college, you know, you wanna hang out and you're gonna wanna play music. It's nice to be that person, like, yo, I got the speaker, like, let me turn something on. I like to pass my phone around, let people cue stuff. You'd be surprised how often you would use a speaker like that. Or, you know, if you're going to the park, you're going to the beach, it's nice to bring that and be able to play music at a volume that everybody can hear. And the quality on the JBL 3 is so nice. Like, I'll be playing music on my phone and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, even if I don't want it that loud, I just want it soft, I'll turn on my JBL 3 just because the quality is so freaking nice. I also wanted to throw in a couple of things that you absolutely do not need. Like, these are things that you could bring, but these are things that I wish somebody would have looked at me and said, like, you do not need these things. And the first thing of that is sentimental stuff from high school. You do not need to bring all the stuff that reminds you of high school or gifts that people gave you. Sometimes you feel obligated if somebody gives you something, like here's a parting gift or here's a little picture, and you feel like, oh, thanks, and then you feel like you have to bring it. Like, you do not have to bring it. If you have all the sentimental stuff, it's okay to leave it. Also, this is a new chapter of your life. Like, if you want to be reminded of high school, you know, I still brought senti stuff. I still brought a couple of letters from my friends, a couple of cards, you know, I put them up on my wall, a couple of pictures, but don't feel the need to go overboard. Also, on that note, don't bring your favorite book, or don't feel pressured to bring your favorite book. If it's something that, like, in your daily life you continually reference, like a book that you frequently open up and read to get advice and to calm yourself, bring it. But if it's a book that, like, you haven't, like, you read it, you love it, but you don't frequently pick it up to read it, don't feel pressured to bring it to college. You know, maybe keep it at home so when you go home over winter break, you have the chance to read it. If you have space in your bag, you have room, then go ahead and bring it. But I brought a couple thinking I would, in my free time, go back and read them. You won't. You got so much other reading to do. The next thing that I think is absolutely not necessary to bring is every single pair of shoes that you own. I couldn't bring all my shoes because I was moving from South Carolina to California, so I could only fit a limited number in my suitcase. But even then, I did not end up using all the shoes that I brought. Like, get a good cute pair of like tennis shoes or just like more athletic sneakers that are very comfortable that you can walk around in. Get a pair of like going out shoes, maybe a pair of sandals or flip-flops, and then like true athletic shoes that you like wear to the gym. And that's really all you need. Maybe a pair of boots for winter if you're in like a cold place. But yeah, you really do not need a million shoes. Just, you will end up wearing the same shoe over and over and over and over again. Like, you'll just get into a routine where you're throwing on the same thing. So yeah, during college, you don't need all your shoes. You don't need a million pairs of shoes, just a couple and you'll be fine. The last thing that I do not think you need is a fake ID. I survived all 3 years without a fake ID just cause like that's illegal. And also in Berkeley specifically, like the fake ID is not gonna get you anywhere. Like they see that and they're just like, bye, like this is obviously fake. It's very hard to get by with that. In Berkeley, I know other places are more lenient, but yeah, you do not need a fake ID. Don't feel pressured to get one if you don't want one. Just because everybody else is doing it does not mean that you need to do it. Like, you can still have a very fun time without a fake ID. And yeah, even if you do get one, what if it comes back crappy? I know some people that ordered them, it cost a bunch of money. They got them and they were like printed sideways and like halfway off the card. So they're just like, it was a waste of money basically. So yeah, no pressure to get a fake ID. You don't need one. I didn't get one. A lot of my friends didn't get one. We turned out just fine. Thank you so much if you got to this point, and thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you. If you had something to comment, something to add, something to disagree with, you know, leave a respectful comment down below. If you liked me, please subscribe, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in my next video.